Well, hello, everybody, and I want to welcome all of you all to our very first Pet Wellness Wednesday. I know you guys, it's been a hot minute, right? We haven't been here for a while talking about the Wellness Wednesday and all that kind of stuff because there's been some different things going on in life, right? But we are here to bring you Pet Wellness Wednesday. We're so excited about it. And I'm going to tell you that it was once I started making the announcements live, on my Facebook page and what's going on, I'm going to tell you that the outpouring of support and love and appreciation has been overwhelming at times. As we sat and we talked about what, this company really meant, not only to us, okay, as pet, not owners, but lovers. And is that we realize that the emotional connection and attachment that we have to our pets goes beyond, right? Just, hey, let me make sure, let me feed my dog, or let me make sure that my bird gets fed, and let me make sure, it goes so far beyond that. And we realized that when we started seeing all of this, oh my gosh, we've been waiting for this. Oh my gosh, we're waiting for you to talk about what it is that you're doing next. And we're here to tell you that Pet Matrix is exactly what we're doing next. And if you hear us kind of stutter a little bit, get through our words and our statements, it's because, like I said, it's been a hot minute since we went on. And I'm going to tell you, I'm a little nervous. Summer's a little nervous. Tanisha's a little nervous. Like we've been talking about it because, getting on here and really laying yourself out, right? Talking about your love, your passion, and then turning that into an actual business. Number one isn't easy. And I was talking to a really good friend of ours, Angie Raymond, late last night. And that labor of love, it can't be overshadowed, right? It is, when you say a labor of love, it is labor. There's a lot of work that goes into this. And we are now at the forefront of this. We're ahead of it. We're so far ahead that we're bringing it to you, and we're excited about it. We're excited about how we can help not only extend, okay, the life of your pet, your companion, your loved ones, okay, but also the quality of that. Because, over time, it seems to be that, we are really allowing ourselves to believe that our loved one, our canine, our dog, okay, so understand this. We talk about pets, okay, and we will be, trust me, it's on the hush right now. All right. But we will be coming out, okay, with a line for our beloved felines, our beloved birds, our avians, our beloved horses, the equines, and everything else. We will get down that line. Okay. But we got to start first. All right. With what 69 million households have, which is a dog, a canine, our friend, our comforter. Okay. Someone who doesn't judge us. When we walk through that door after a long, hard day's work, always greeting us with a tail that's wagging and a smile on their face. And dogs really hold a special really place in a lot of our hearts, in a lot of our families' hearts. We don't think of them as just a dog, as just a pet. We think of them as part of our family. And so we want to make sure that they're taken care of as much as we take care of ourselves. And sometimes it seems like we take care of our dogs much more than we take care of ourselves, right? And so we, as a company, have decided to really put that in the forefront. Okay. As this vision continues to grow, and as this nutrition line continues to grow, we're excited to bring it to you. But look, sometimes I get ahead of myself. I start jumping and talking about different things. What I want to introduce you to is the face of Pet Matrix and the heart of Pet Matrix, and really what is making this engine go. Okay. And I want to start with introducing not only, okay, a co-founder, not only our director of education, but my amazing sister, Tanisha Duncan. And she's going to talk to you about who we are as Pet Matrix, okay, our mission statement, as well as what really drew her down this path to making Pet Matrix really what it is today and where it's going to be in the future. So let me go ahead and bring her on in here.
Hey everyone. Good to see you all again. And for those of you who are maybe new faces, welcome to the Pet Matrix. That is one of my favorite things to say, you guys, just so you know, it's kind of my thing. This is Paca, but also known as Paca Doodle Doo. And this is really, really exciting, guys. Wow, what a time to be alive, literally. So before I go into my personal journey and story and connection into Pet Matrix, I'm going to take a moment to read to you what our mission is, what our mission statement is, and it will help you piece together what each of us are going to share within our own individual stories here. So here we go. This is the big mission, everybody. Pet Matrix is a biotech company that is committed to expanding the life and longevity of our pets through highly bioavailable and deliverable nutrition for greater and prolonged companionship. Do me a favor. If you are somebody that really connects with that story, that feeling inside that you would love for your animal, your pet, your family member, an extension of you, if you would love to have a prolonged and higher quality of life, please put a heart in the comments. Let me know that you connect with that, because we have really taken quality time to develop that mission statement. We did not want to throw something together really fast. We wanted to really and intimately connect with that, because we intimately connect with our animals. And within the months that we have been putting this together, we've really developed, outside of our mission, a part of a culture that we are entirely dedicated to sharing and educating people on and spreading awareness about. And that has everything to do with our emotionality and our connection with our animals. And I can't wait to dive into more science with you guys, because I've definitely been behind the scenes of really understanding the emotional connection with a scientific connection of what happens in that pair bonding with human and animals. But my personal story, aside from growing up with dogs, and I grew up with birds, I grew up with a mom and myself who had one little tiny baby Chihuahua Pomeranian for 17 years. And she literally, you guys, she was our life. But outside of childhood, there was an experience that I went through in separating from a relationship and going through this initial process of, I feel like I need a different type of companionship outside of Paca. Sorry, Paca. He was there for this, don't worry. And at that time, I thought, okay, I need a dog, but I don't want a dog full time. My life did not have room for that at that time. So I started dog sitting, and this was about 3 years ago. And in that adult experience of dog sitting, it brought a whole different level of awareness to me. Obviously, having had a greater developed mindset and understanding of relationships. And that process of seeing all of the different personalities of dogs that I had no history with, and seeing the connection that could be made in short amounts of time, to me was so beautiful, scientific, all in one. And as I've always shared with everybody, and as I've shared with so many people, even in my stories with Paca, our animals absolutely 100% deserve the best quality of life. They deserve to live outstanding, just as we do as humans in our health. We take the time to make healthy choices, or at least we should. And we should also be helping our animals do the same as much as possible. So from a bigger picture vision of nutrition for our animals, what we're really doing is supporting them as best as possible so that they can have a greater quality of life, so that we can all and both be there for each other, from human to animal experience and companionship. So we are on track to make that happen. Miss Summer?
Thank you, Tanisha. This is really exciting for all of us. I might just cry. I got my tissues over here because, I'm always the emotional one. But, for me, dogs, since I was a child, have been part of our family. From my very first experience, when I was about 6 or so, when we got our family dog, and just how she was treated and how she was always so part of everything, even down to when she passed. My dad, we all stayed home from school and work, and my dad built a casket by hand, and we were all out, all the things in there, and she was always so important and remained so. She had a puppy, and we kept one of our puppies, and we kind of kept that going. Until I moved out. And I lasted about 6 months on my own before I was like, yeah, no, I can't live on my own without a dog. I need my dog. And I had my first experience as a pet owner, as a sole person. And that dog was really my first child. His name was Kane, and he was a red-nosed pit bull. And he, as much of a terror as he was genuinely my everything, my partner, my buddy, my bestie, my consistent person that I could come home to all the time, was going to be there for me as my protector and everything. When I had my son, Christopher, I had a mother-in-law. She told me he's going to eat the baby. He's going to eat the baby. And I'm like, don't you know, these are the nanny dogs. And truly, just, even now we call the dog their brothers to the kids and all of that. And it's really important for me to have that companionship. For me, she really, truly, now Bay is really, truly an emotional support for me, besides a member of our family through tough times, through really anything. And, the idea that her life is going to come to an end, and it's going to do that at a much faster rate than mine. As we have continued on this really amazing wellness journey that we've been on for the past 3 years, I had to start seriously digging in and looking into what I could do to extend hers, right? And so we're going to show you how we're going to do that with supplements along the way, and these Wellness Wednesdays that we're going to continue to do. It's not all about Pet Matrix. It's really all about the health and wellness of these babies, so we can continue to grow and have this longevity together. So we're going to show you some great things and a little bit later today about how we can start making changes in the foods and the things that we give to them and the treats we give to them, so we can really help perpetuate a longer, healthier quality of life. Bae?
Thank you so much. You guys, I really want you to think about kind of what Summer was talking about, what Tanisha was talking about, and that how much does your pet mean to you in your life? Do you look at them as just a pet? I'm banking on that they're not. Okay, based on my own personal experience, I've always been a dog owner, but I'm going to tell you that I have not had a real true connection, to my pet until I got older, and until honestly, I was almost at a really rock bottom point in my life. I'd run into some really tough times, both health wise, as well as just in the world wise, and that was when I was introduced to my beloved Bay. All you guys know and you see her. And I'm going to tell you that connection that you all feel with your pets, I felt for the first time when Bay came into my life. What was this? Maybe 6 years ago, 6.5 years ago, somewhere right around there. And she was a rescue. And, we talk about it and we say, oh, we're going to rescue a dog. And man, I'm going to tell you what, that dog rescued me. She really did. And it's just the amount of love and connection that they give to us, not with zero expectation. I mean, where do you get that? And, that's my personal experience in really wanting to, like Summer talks about, extend the life. I mean, oh my gosh, can we extend the life of our loved ones? Does that really happen? Is that possible? I mean, you look at the average age of medium-sized dogs. I mean, Summer brought this to my attention, like for golden retrievers or Labradors, one of those two, medium-sized to bigger dogs, it's like 8 to 10 years. Yet we know and we've read of people who are extending the life of their Great Danes. Okay, dogs that have the least amount of life expectancy, they're living for like 20 years. How is that happening? Some dogs are living over 30 years. How is that happening? Is it an anomaly or is it science? Oh, hey, you know me, okay? Will Nye, science guy. I think I'm a resident scientist, or Summer can come on and tell me what exactly it is. What
It's
what
a
is it?
citizen scientist.
Yes, thank you. I'm kicking her right out right now, just as fast as she came in. I'm kicking her out. I'm a citizen scientist. Okay, I don't have the degrees, but I have the love and I have the passion, and that gets me to the understanding. And Pet Matrix was really born out of that love, that want, and that need for our pets to live longer. I don't know about you. I don't, but I will tell you that there are times on a weekly basis that I start to lose maybe a little sleep, get a little anxious about thinking about how long my Bay Girl is going to live, because their life expectancy is so short. And it frustrates me. And I don't know about you, but I want to do everything I can. And again, look, we're going to talk about a lot of this. Summer's going to come on and do another segment. And we're going to make these segments of this Pet Wellness Wednesdays, okay, as exciting as possible for you guys. We're going to introduce a segment where, and you're going to see it here tonight, where Summer's going to be cooking some or baking some or freezing some, whatever it is, some clean treats for the dog so we can give it to them. And we try and do everything we possibly can, okay, to increase their life expectancy. And one way we can do that is through science. And the scientific measure of extending the life through a dog, okay, is by not taxing their internal organs, okay, namely their liver, through the digestive process. And this has to do with lipids and fats. If you look at these Danes that are living longer, they're in a very low fat diet. Why is that? Because we don't want to overtax the liver. You guys have heard us talk about this for the last 2 to 3 years. Okay. Science is not just for us. It is for our pets. And really what we're doing is we're producing a nutritional pet line that no one's ever seen before that will hit 3 main functions within the pet. Okay. Number 1, their immune system. Okay. That is the defense against pathogens, things coming in, all that kind of stuff. All right. Number 2 is their gut. Oh my gosh. We talk about the gut within ourselves. Look at our dogs. And we'll get to the other pets later, and we will get to them soon. Trust me, we are on the feline track as we speak, everyone. Okay, because we're getting a lot of feedback already that, what can you do for my cat? What can you? We're getting there, and we will. And then we will get into the other areas, but we got to come in, first here, right? Another mammal. And it all relates to then the third product that we're coming out with, okay, is a life extension product. How can we extend the life of our pet? You heard me say, 8 to 10 years, right? For medium-sized dogs. Why is that? When it comes to, okay, our dogs, their livers are proportionately, okay, much smaller to their body size than as a human. So what ends up happening is we have to find ways to not overtax that liver, overtax the breakdown of lipids and foods and fats and everything else. Because when you overtax a canine's liver, you introduce, okay, a lot of fatty liver disease, toxins. They can't break it all down as fast as, let's say, we can. And we know how important it is for us, okay, to have a not high fat diet and saturated fats and all these kinds of things, right? In our dogs, it's not as important. It's more important because of their life expectancy. So now we're going to be introducing compounds. Okay. We're going to be introducing supplements that once before were very difficult for them to break down. All right. And digest and get the benefits of those compounds. Now we introduce it. We like to say human tested, pet approved, because as you all know, we're here, you guys, and we continue to talk about bioavailability. We continue to talk about the science. We continue to talk about BioRains, which has an amazing product line. As a matter of fact, they have an amazing CBD pet product line. We continue, okay, to talk about this, but now we have a line specifically designed for our pets. And one of the biochemists, okay, he has an amazing dog, and really what brought him to this understanding, his dog's name is Moxie, and Moxie has a lot of issues. All right, he is I believe a pug, correct? Summer, pug, right? Hold on, pug.
Abe is a French bulldog.
French bulldog. I always get no, Abe is not a French bulldog. Abe is a human. Moxie is a French bulldog. Yes.
Abe is not.
And if you're listening, Abe, listen, man. Okay, you are not a French bulldog, my friend. You are a human being. All right. So yes, I always get the French bulldogs and the pugs confused. But he's a French bulldog, and if you guys understand and know about French bulldogs, okay, they've got a lot of issues. And his dog had a lot of major issues, and he broke it down. He's a biochemist, okay, and did blood panels and all this kind of stuff, and he knew what was going on, the toxins, the mold, and everything else. And basically the vets were telling him you're gonna have to put your dog down. He's like, you guys don't understand who I am and what I do. Okay, so he then, using the amazing technology, okay, that is there, he took it and created some of these products that we're going to be introducing to all of you, and immediate turnaround. And if you see Moxie today, he is just a spitfire, a ball of joy. And he literally, we did a photo shoot with the guy and he stole the show. He literally, if you can imagine, you've seen Bay, you've seen Paca, okay, and this Moxie stole the show, right? And he's just a different dog. And I know a lot of you have seen and felt and witnessed this within your own dogs, right? Whereas you give them something and they show you that light, that twinkle in their eye, that pep in their step. Okay. Well, our products, we are going to be delving into and battling the immune system, daily pain, okay, as well as the gut health. And if you really focus on those three things with your dog, all right, you will get not only an extension of life, but you will also get an extension of quality of that life, which is really the most important piece of it for all of us. So that is the path that Pet Matrix really is going down and got us to these products that we're going to be introducing. And then that kind of opened up the door for many, many other things, right? Whereas what is our passion? And all of a sudden, Summer has been delving deep into this. And so you guys are aware, Summer is also a co-founder and is the creative director for Pet Matrix. And in this next segment, okay, she's going to be talking to all of you and showing you exactly how you can give your dog healthy and clean, most importantly, clean pet treats. Because understand this, there's a lot of pet supplements out on the market today. And we've gone through many of them. Okay. Our biochemist has gone through many of them. and they weren't delivering the results that we expect. That's why we had to come out with our own product line called Pet Matrix. So I'm going to hand it over to Summer, and Summer's going to bring to you a segment for our Pet Wellness Wednesdays. Okay. And she's going to show you guys all about healthy treats for your dog. Summer, go ahead and take it away.
All right, yay. Well, this is awesome. Welcome to our segment of Baking with Bay, although tonight we're going to freeze some things. So part of this wellness journey for us and Bay really has gotten down to what is like the root of problems and where they're coming from. And for us, a lot of that has just been solved with paying attention to our food, right? You are what you eat. You are what your food eats. So we want to start with really clean ingredients. So I saw my friend Cindy Amon on here mention that she learned about not giving dogs human foods many years ago because of how they process it or how they process food. But human food, I mean, that's kind of a broad statement, right? Because I'm giving Bay carrots right now. She loves carrots. Organic carrots right out of the fridge. I don't even have to clean them, and I just give them to her. She eats them like candy. They're clean, they're low in calorie, and they have tons of nutritional benefit to her, right? So this is human food, but it's what she would find in the wild, because remember, a dog is 99% of its DNA is a wolf. Well, wolves' bodies are designed to eat actually a zero carbs and survive. So they don't have that carb requirement to thrive every day like other animals and humans do. So we start with those kinds of healthy treats. I picked up this book called The Forever Dog. It's fascinating. And on our page, our Facebook page, where this is streaming right now, I have a link where you can grab it on Amazon if you're interested. It is it is very packed full of a lot of science. I've never read a book probably this fast, especially with this much science, but I'm really, really fascinated by all the things I'm learning, and we're going to share more of that with you as the weeks go on our Wellness Wednesday. But I was inspired by one of my other friends who made these treats for her dog, Tanya. And so we're going to make them real quick. So these ones happen to be frozen. We're going to use some really clean ingredients, and we're also going to use our favorite CBD. So we all know we use our Bio CBD with curcumin for our dog, and several reasons. Obviously, the bioavailability, which is huge, bypassing her liver, so we're not creating any problems there. And also because the compounds are not negatively impacted by freezing them or cooking with them. So we're going to go ahead and use them today in the treats. So what do you think? Are you ready for some more? Let's do it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a half a can of pumpkin. You can double this recipe and make more if you want. I just don't like to. You can take the pumpkin and pour it over just straight onto their food. So Bay eats a fully raw diet. Today she had, you want to try that? You want to lick the spoon? I'll let you lick the spoon. Today she had tripe, and she had some ground beef. She gets everything that comes from the animal, the whole animal. She eats the bones and the organs, and those are all have the nutrition that she needs. Her body and her digestion process were made to break these things down and to eat them, just like in the wild. We're also going to put in some yogurt. You want to lick that again? Oh, so good. We're going to put in some yogurt. Everything that we're looking for, we're always reading the ingredients. We want to make sure there are as few ingredients as possible. So on our pumpkin, it's pumpkin puree. It's organic. Anything organic is non-GMO. So, and buy what you can, right? We have to do what with the resources that we have. And so although there was a lot of times we didn't feed ourselves organic because it just didn't make sense in our household, we do what we can when we can. So, so although I did buy her organic, you know, this Libby's is something everybody usually has. You buy it at the grocery store. So I'm going to look at it and know it's not organic, but it is grown here. It is non-GMO, and my cooking assistant just bailed. Hey, you want another treat? You better come back up here. So we're going to give her some yogurt. This is organic. It's grass-fed yogurt. So that means that the cows that she's getting her yogurt from are eating yummy, yummy grass, and they're going free range, and they're doing all of that. So, and then we're going to take a quarter of a cup of peanut butter powder. So I like peanut butter powder. This is organic also. It's high in protein and just a single ingredient. Now, if you don't have the peanut butter powder, we put it in shakes and things like that. You can always use regular peanut butter. But remember, with peanut butter is not Jif, is not Skippy. So you need to make sure on single ingredient. We're looking for just peanuts because those other things can be incredibly toxic to your dog, especially sugars, baked sugars. Oh, come on up. There you go. There's my assistant. She's back. Okay, so we're going to mix all that up. I use a blender like this. Get it all mixed up, right? And then what we have is this great little mixture here. And we're going to serve it up in these great little trays like this. So how we like to do it, because if you've used the BioRain's CBD and curcumin before, you know that it has that yellow tinge, and we don't want that on our furniture or anywhere she might take the treats. So it's good on Tanya to give us this recommendation. So I fill these little silicone molds because you can put them in the fridge and they'll pop right out. Hey, wait, you got to let me fill it up. I fill them about halfway. And then you're going to put them in whatever dose you want of your CBD right on top of them. So we're just going to give her 5 drops each of this here. That's going to give her about 5 milligrams. So it depends on what you're trying to conquer with it, if it's allergies or whatever it is. So I've got some that are right here in the freezer that we finished earlier. So after you let it freeze part way, you'll still kind of see the yellow here. Then we put some more on top and put them back in the freezer. And then, whoop, look what I got. Cutie pie. What do you think? You gonna eat it up here where we can see you, or you're gonna eat it down there? So she loves them, super easy, right out of the freezer. You can keep it refrigerated for several days if, it takes you some time to put it all together. But it's a really great way to give her probiotics for her belly, that yogurt, and lots of nutrition in a healthy, clean way. So I hope you guys join us next week. We're going to play with some blueberries and some other fun. So send it back to you, babe.
How much fun is that? Like, really? I mean, I'm going to tell you, there was, times in our lives, of course, where, and I know a lot of people out there, a lot of you out there might even say, kibble. Okay. Look, nobody is endorsing kibble, but at the end of the day, sometimes you do what you need to do. Okay, so you have to make the best of what you have. And that's really what we want to be endorsing, is you looking at what you have. Okay, you don't need to go and spend $150 or $200 on food a month for your dog if you can't afford it. We get it, but you just need to make the right decisions. And that's really why we have these supplements. Okay, so if you're looking for an amazing CBD, water soluble, completely bioavailable, the efficacy of the compounds does not get disturbed, whether it's frozen or whether it's baked, you want BioRain CBD. Trust me, we've got it. It's amazing. She loves it. There's other supplements like we talked about, okay, that we're going to be dealing with, okay, from pain to immune to life extension, right? And so we're going to be doing that, not just, okay, tackling, right, where your dog is today, but preventative, right? I mean, if you really think about that, I mean, even for ourselves, right? When do we go to the doctor? When we're sick, when we don't feel good. Do you really go for your checkup? Okay. I don't know about you, but not me. Unfortunately, I probably should, especially as I get older. I'm 48. I'm going to be 49 this year. And I should be going on a regular basis, but of course I don't, just like normal people. So with your dog, it's kind of the same. You take your dog to the vet when the dog isn't feeling well. Well, how about we do some good, affordable, fun preventative measures to keep them away from the vet as long as possible. And so that's really what we are pushing forward with and getting done. And as we're excited about this, is mainly bypassing the digestive process, not taxing the liver, because the liver is so small in our animals in comparison to their body size. That's why, listen, one of the reasons why, okay, along with their metabolic rate, okay, the reason why dogs have this 7-year kind of fast forward is because of their metabolism. Okay, their metabolism runs crazy on every end of their life, right? That's why they have to sleep so much as well. So if your dog is sleeping 10, 12 hours a day, that's normal. Okay, don't think your dog's being lazy. It's in the times that they're awake that you got to grab and you got to do something with it. So you got to feed them high nutrition type of either supplements or food as well, or best combination, both. All right. And get them out and get exercise and get that interaction with them. You'll feel better as well. You know, the canine to human interaction, what that does for us, okay, outside of, you know, just what we feel, the health benefits that you're realizing without realizing it go far, far beyond, okay, what you truly understand. They're calming. Okay, they're taking us out of those anxious moments, even angry moments and frustration, and really sitting next to us. And you ever have your dog just kind of, when you're having a bad day, lean up against you, and that warmth and that comfort that you feel, okay, they know what they're doing, right? They love you more than you love them in many times. So let's show them some love and help with, you know, keeping them around that much longer. It's so amazing. And I'm so intrigued by all of this. And I'm so excited about watching all of our pets live longer, healthier, happier lives. And we in turn will do the same. So in saying that, I want to turn it back over to Tanisha because we do have a group, okay, a focus group. And actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it back over to Summer first. She's going to talk about the focus group and what we're doing. And Tanisha, okay, is then going to talk about certain procedures that we're doing and processes that we're doing within there. And we have 10 spots open, you guys. So we originally opened up our focus group, okay, for 50 people. We have 10 spots left. I didn't think it was going to be this quick and fast of a response, but I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Summer so she can go ahead and talk to you a little bit more about it.
Awesome. Thanks, babe. Well, he shared most of the details with you. We've had such this outpouring of support and people wanting to know how they can get their hands on products and how they can get involved. And so we are in these early stages where we have put together a focus group. And that focus group is of our friends and family and other interested people who'd like to take a twirl with our products. So we have this group. We have 50 spots only. And so we'll drop a form here at the end. I'll actually put the link in the Facebook page so that you can grab it if you're interested at all. Tanisha's going to let you know exactly kind of what the expectations are going to be, so you kind of know what you're getting involved in. But the purpose here is so that we can have some information, some testimonies, some before and afters. We want people that we know and that we care about to really experience the impact of these products for themselves and to do it and to be the first ones to be able to do that. So if you are interested in participating in this, Tanisha's going to come on and give you the details of what the kind of expectations are and how long and all that kind of stuff. And then that form will be available in the page so that you can go ahead and fill out that form. We're going to need that in the next couple of days. So maybe you're hearing this tomorrow. Maybe you're sharing this with a friend who has a pet who might like to be involved. And so by about Friday, we're going to hope to have closed that and then have the final selection of the 50 people that will be joining us on that journey. That journey is going to take place from February 14th for 4 weeks. And then we'll have some other exciting stuff that we'll be presenting after that. So Tanisha, you want to let them know what's going to be involved on our focus group?
Hello, everyone. I would just like to input here. Do not expect elaborate performances like that Bay did from Paka, because Paka will make a mess and he's a little bit resistant as well. Just so you guys know that he will bite. And even before I go into what our process is going to be, you know, what Will was saying about the human and pet connection, I want you guys to think about this for a second. Humans actually have the ability to transmit their emotions to their dogs through hormones like oxytocin, body odor, and neuronal activity. So what that means is every single day, as we are experiencing life, our nervous system is being activated, our hormones are in flux, we're getting excited, or maybe we're feeling sad. All of that has the ability to transmit to our animals, our dogs, our cats, our birds. So I want you to think about that for a moment. And when you think about that, that is literally why we are doing this as Pet Matrix, to be able to assist your animals. With that being said, that leads us into our process within this focus group. Within this focus group, we are looking to collect very specific data. The first initial process, which is going to be the most important part of what I experienced in the clinic and working with people, thousands of people, is the initial evaluation form. It is so incredibly important for you as the owner of your animal to really understand where your animal is starting from, the starting point. No different than a human going into the gym. What is my starting point? Okay, we want to really grace the surface of some potential challenges your animal might be experiencing. So there will be specific questions that we will ask of you to answer in full honesty. That is a huge piece of the data that we are looking to accumulate so that we can not just formulate products, but continue to grow and make Pet Matrix even greater as the years prolong. Okay, so we're going to ask that of you. After the initial evaluation form and you've made it into the amazing focus group, we are going to ask certain things of you. We are probably going to be going live in this group, and we are going to ask for your active participation, to be involved, okay? Be involved in the community that we are putting together. Engage. Pay attention to your animal. What do I mean by pay attention to your animal? We are going to actually ask for you to keep, I don't want to say daily logs, but let's just surface level it. Weekly logs. Pay attention to your animal. Evaluate your animal. How is your dog's energy? How is your dog sleeping? How is your dog's engagement with other dogs on a walk? Just normal everyday things, but pay attention in close detail. Do you notice anything? Do you notice that maybe your dog's ears are perking up more? Does your dog look like it's smiling? Bay looks like she smiles, you guys. There are plenty of days where she is actually smiling. It's pretty funny. So those day-to-day interactions, that's what you're looking for if there's any flux and changes and such, okay? Within that 4-week period, upon your completion of that 4-week period, we are then going to need to collect a very critical piece of information from you, okay? And that is your exit survey. We would like to know what your experience was in full. Is there something that maybe we did not put on this exit form or even initial evaluation form in a change that you've seen within your animal? We want to know that. We literally want to have full transparency from you who is participating in this, because again, like I said before, we want to not only support you and your pet, but this is the initial launching phase to make this company even greater so that we can continue to do more things in additional sectors in the animal kingdom, from the felines to the avians to the equine. We want to grow, and this information is very, 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 very critical. So with that being said, anybody that is choosing to be a part of this focus group, that is our expectation, to complete all of those processes, okay? Let me know if that makes sense to you. Put your hand up in the comments, please. Let me know that, yes, that makes sense. That is the expectation. And let us know if you want to participate. There's only 10 more spots left. I can't even believe that. We just opened this up not too long ago. Back to you, Will.
Thank you so much. And you know what? She's right. I didn't expect it either. Okay. Is that all these, everyone wants to be a part of it. It's amazing. And we're so blessed, and we're so thankful for all of you wanting to have a better life for your pets, even if it's for selfish reasons. Man, I say this all the time, and I'm going to say, I need to keep Bea longer for me. Okay, she's good for me. Like literally, she's good for me on a daily basis. Okay, helps me be a better version of myself. And I know a lot of you feel that same way. And that's what we want to do with this focus group. Okay, we want to measure the results. All right. At the end of the day, look, we know the effects that it's had with Bay. We know the effects that it's had with some other people. So now we're just really kind of honing this in and going, okay, we want to make sure that the results are measured amongst a larger group of people. So we're so thankful for all of you. And like I said, or like Tanisha said, and like Summer said, 10 spots left. That's it. It'll be full probably within the next 24 to 48 hours. So if you know of anybody, okay, if you have friends, family, coworkers, neighbors, it doesn't matter, that loves their dog. Yeah, your mind kind of spinning right now because who doesn't know a dog owner and who loves their pet, right? You can invite him here. You can ask them if they want to participate, within the focus group. And if there's no spots left, that's okay. They'll want to participate in the actual gaining of the product for their pet. Okay, we are going to be putting together, a line for the pets that's affordable. Okay, and that you can have an expected result. And that's at the end of the day what we're all looking for, right? If we know what we're purchasing, okay, will give this expected result, then we will purchase it, right? And that's all that we're looking to do. And we're so thankful for all of you. And we're going to be doing these every Wednesday, Pet Wellness Wednesdays. We'd love for you to show up, okay? And next week, what we're going to do, okay, we told you, right? Immune, pain, life extension. Those are the 3 products that we're coming out of the gate with hard because these are areas, okay, where there is a need in the market space, in the pet nutrition space. There's a massive need, all right, in order to help the dogs on a cellular level. Okay. And we'll talk more about that. We'll get into the compounds next week. You know me, for all you know me. Okay. This is where I start to kind of nerd out and get in, and we will be breaking down the compounds within each of these products so that you know what to expect, as well as the segment. Summer will come on with Bay and do another segment on another nutritional type of snack that you can give to your dog, right? To help them with areas that they're looking for. But listen, dogs need treats, you guys. That's their reward system. What gets rewarded gets done. Okay. They need that treat, that affection, that acknowledgement. Okay. That they're doing something good. Right. And so Summer's going to come along and help with some good, healthy, inexpensive treats that you can do at home, as well as we're going to start another segment that's called Rescue Me. We're going to highlight the rescue and adoption dogs and agencies out there. Why? Because it's so important. Okay. There's a lot of people breeding dogs, and those dogs need homes too. They do. Okay. A dog that is born, okay, whether you get them in from the adoption or a rescue agency, or a dog that's born in a litter, okay, there's still dogs that need love and affection and everything else. But there are lots of dogs out there, all right, that are in shelters that just need a forever home. Right. So we're going to highlight dogs, and then we're also going to highlight dogs that have had and found their amazing forever home and are happy as can be. And I'm telling you guys, we are going to turn this into an amazing resource of inspiration, of tangibles that you can take home. Even if, okay, you don't get a Pet Matrix product for whatever reason, you can learn how to bake with Bay and Summer, okay, these treats for your dogs. You can learn how to institute different ways within your own household to help create a better life for your dog and a longer life for your dog as well. So please, join us next week, same place, here on Wednesday. We'd love for you to join us and bring your friends. If you love dogs and pets as much as we do, if they are part of your family as much as they are of ours, okay, please invite them, because we want to be an amazing source for them. So I'm going to bring on the other co-founders here of Pet Matrix, and we appreciate all of your amazing support, and we can't wait to watch you along this journey with us. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. Summer and
Thank
Tanisha.
you. If you guys thought we were ever excited before, woo, hot doggy! Here for something very exciting.
Hot diggity dog.
Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great, amazing rest of your Wednesday night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.